Jillian Michaels. Who the hell are you? So if you guys are not informed yet, if you are part of CrossFit, love doing CrossFit, anything about CrossFit, you guys probably know Jillian Michaels, who is supposedly a personal trainer, has been doing it for the past decade or whatever. She came out with a video hating on CrossFit. So I wasn't planning on doing a video about it until I watched her video, and it kind of makes me mad, so I kind of want to give my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion, but here it is. So if you have not watched the video already, I do recommend doing so. I'll post it somewhere. But in the first like 10 seconds, she says she has no intention of hating on CrossFit.
I am not trying to bash anybody.
Which is exactly what she's doing the entire video. She says she's worked with the best athletes in the world over the past decade. And athletes, sure, she didn't really say athletes, she said personal trainers. I think I might have to disagree with that because it depends on what fitness you're talking about, but CrossFit has the argument of bringing all fitness aspects together as one, which I love, and she's not. So one of the things she makes pretty clear that she does not like is she says she's taking some of the most advanced movements in the world, such as Olympic lifting, and she says this is only for the elite. Now, I do admit that only the elite can move a barbell really well if you want to be competitive. The barbell has really became more mechanical than anything. She says only the elite should be doing it, but how do you become elite if you can't move a barbell? I mean, don't get me wrong, to become good at snatching, clean and jerk, any of those Olympic movements, it takes years and years and years to perfect, but it takes weeks, months, a year or more to learn the basics of it because they are both very mechanical lifts. It is very hard to do and not injure yourself, but anybody can do it. You don't have to be elite to do it. I don't understand that. And she looks like she's never lifted a barbell in her life, just saying. So my question is, she says she took 20 plus classes of Olympic weightlifting with specialty coaches, but she's scared to teach it. That's fine, you don't have to teach it. It takes certain tests to teach the sport. And so just because you don't feel like teaching it doesn't mean that everybody should not lift a barbell. What? That key I might be misunderstanding, but that's kind of what I'm getting out of it. Doesn't make sense to me. She also says that she believes that to be a CrossFit coach or Olympic coach, you should be an absolute expert. That part I do agree with. I've seen personally several people who coaches, not really coaches that I'm affiliated with right now, but in the past that suck at teaching. They care more about weight than the movement itself, which the weight can hurt yourself. So I do get that point. There's far too many coaches out there that suck at teaching it. I'm not certified myself, so I would not teach it. If you have any idea, I've been doing it for the past like 6 years, so I do have an idea of how to do it. I'm not saying I do it correctly all the time, but that's one of the things that I work on before I put on any weight, is I try to spend like 8 to 10 minutes just drilling the movement several times to get it in my head. And it doesn't matter if it's a competition day or just a regular day in the gym, I try to drill those movements. But yes, in her defense, there's a lot of people out there that are not qualified to teach barbell movements that are doing it. But she is a personal trainer, and to become a personal trainer, it is ridiculous easy. It takes $100, a couple hours of your day to become a personal trainer. So, just saying. She also says that what she's gathered, again from the outside in, that CrossFit programming is 3 days on, 1 day off. That is very generic. I would say the average CrossFitter, if you ask them, they're doing 5 days on, 6 days on, maybe a rest day, 2 rest days, maybe. That's more generic. I would say maybe 5 or 6 days on, 1 day off. But again, she's an idiot. The other thing is, when she says 3 days on, 1 day off, it's more of, yes, you're doing 3 days on, but in those 3 days you are doing 2 to 3 workouts per day, a strength, a conditioning, a generic CrossFit workout. So it's a little bit more intense than that. She says to her, CrossFit is exercise, but it's not about the programming. So my argument towards that is, it really depends on where you are in the season. Towards January, people are coming up on the open, so they're focusing a lot more on conditioning than strength. This is where you're almost to your peak for 90% of the athletes. Actually, 99% of the athletes come towards February. That's the open, so you're at your peak usually. For the top 1% of athletes, CrossFit Games athletes, stuff like that, coming towards August or May, June, July, August, they're in their peak because they have the CrossFit Games. Coming from the CrossFit Games, a lot of athletes take a season off. I would say from August to almost December here. Most athletes take a season off. That's just competitive athletes. That's kind of the off season. So of course the programming is going to be a little bit more varied than the typical athlete. I would say that come towards December to January, most athletes are focused on strength and just the cycle over again, so there is kind of programming to it. In her video, she says she was instructed to do a CrossFit workout with a friend. The workout was 10 box jumps, 1 burpee, 9 box jumps, 2 burpees, all the way up the ladder. She said that her shoulder was killing her and she somehow stubbed her toe. Well, if you do a burpee, all you're doing is laying on the ground, standing up, so you must have some weird toes. And you said your shoulder was hurting, so you're probably not doing a burpee correctly, and you probably didn't warm up, and you probably aren't following any programming. So yeah. She says, what's the logic to doing one workout and feeling like crap? There's no logic to that. You're not gonna get any fitter by doing one workout. The logic is doing consistently, working out every week, you probably will get a little bit fitter. Just saying. Her next argument is she doesn't know why we're doing Olympic lifts and stuff for time, because it is a very technical movement. I agree with that. The thing is, we're not doing 80 to 90% of our max every time we do a workout. If it's for time and for reps, it's usually like 50 or 40%. The average power snatch or power clean or thruster for min weight is 95 pounds, and most people can lift a lot more than that times 3 or more. So yes, your form gets compromised, but again, it's lighter weight, so the risk of injury is a lot more slim. She then goes on to say that she's known several people in the last decade that have done CrossFit that are not no longer doing CrossFit. The thing is, you do have to have a coach that cares, an athlete that cares, athlete more than the coach. If you're not committed to it, it is probably not the sport for you. It is very time consuming. You have to love it. I love it. Yeah. So I guess to wrap up this video, I don't really support most of her opinions about CrossFit. I think she is very uneducated about CrossFit. She's probably done 1 or 2 workouts. Yes, you should have the right coach, the right training partners to correct your form. You should spend hours all day focusing on nothing but form. She has a point. I don't think she's right. That's her opinion, whatever. I hope this dies from CrossFit controversy, but it is what it is. I don't really like to do a lot of these sit-down videos, reactions to CrossFit, but I feel like this one had to be done because it's kind of going crazy. So that's kind of my opinion. I know a lot of people in my personal life that don't support CrossFit. It is what it is. I like it, so I'm going to do it. But that's it for this video. Go check out her full video. It'll make a lot more sense. And yeah, that's about it. We'll see you guys later.
I am not trying to bash anybody.